The University of Tasmania is extremely pleased to be the winners of the inaugural Facilities and Services category of the Green Gown Australasia Awards in 2014 for our Sustainable Transport Strategy.
Well, I've been involved in the Sustainable Transport Strategy development process for some years. We've now got this fantastic baseline survey which will be rolled out again in 2015, some great comparative analysis that we can do over time, how things are changing. Part of the project has interests outside of the university, relevance to other universities and what they're doing in this space, and also there's interest from government perspective.
We focused on buses, obviously, and public transport. We focused on our vehicle fleet. We focused on bicycling and pedestrian movements, otherwise known as active transport. And we also focused on virtual transport and parking, and anything we could do to actually improve people's understanding and use of public transport, we did. We've done service improvements where we've increased frequency of our bus services to our major campuses. We've rolled out infrastructure in partnership with Metro Tasmania, our public service provider. Virtual transport is another way to minimize the amount of people movement between our campuses as well as into our campuses that has helped to lower our carbon emissions and our general energy use footprint. Development of bike hubs, for example, has been a major focus since the actual strategy was implemented in 2012. We've developed up bike hubs at all of our major campuses in which we've involved students in the design, development, construction of those facilities, as well as surveys to find out what students actually wanted to have in these facilities. So that's been a major component and a major engagement initiative of the Sustainable Transport Strategy. So it's actually increased our bicycle users group across all of our campuses. More people feel comfortable cycling to the university. Recognition of our active transport initiative has been really critical in raising the profile of the strategy itself. We've received a number of state and national awards. We've received a number of grants from the state and federal governments, and all of that has improved people's understanding of what sustainable transport is.
Back in the early days, most of the passenger vehicles were large six-cylinder vehicles, and the economy and fuel usage wasn't anywhere near as good as it should have been. From that time we moved across to having the majority of vehicles four-cylinder. So by the time we got into 2010, we had about 80% of our vehicles were four-cylinder vehicles rather than six-cylinder. In 2010, we trialled 2 hybrid vehicles, and the user group were quite happy with them. So over the next 2 years, we moved to purchasing 10 hybrid vehicles, and the last thing I did last year was purchase 2 all-electric vehicles, which also help to lower emissions and improve our sustainability.
We've also introduced booking software where hirers can now look at where a vehicle is going between campuses and book a shared ride, which is reducing the number of vehicles we need in our pool fleet. This initiative to roll out the solar-powered machines across our main campuses has resulted in less attendance by our contractors, such as our coin collector contractor, to come on site because they're able to view the status of each machine each day, then determine when they come on site. This, in effect, has reduced their attendance by 60%. A component of the parking strategy involved removing free parking across all campuses and introducing ramped or structured fees, permit fees, which was to encourage users of parking to use alternate transport.